This is the Reds POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Cincinnati Reds. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Good afternoon, Reds fans, and welcome to another edition of the POSTCAST, brought to you by Locked On Reds and the Locked On Podcast Network. My name is Tim Daniel. I am a lifelong Cincinnati Reds fan, and I've been podcasting about this team for 5 years at publications such as Late Night Reds and The Riverfront. And I want to thank you all for spending some time with me. As this day's getting better. This day's getting better as we go live. It's the Cincinnati Reds beat the Pittsburgh Pirates 14-8. And then our division rival division mates, the Milwaukee Brewers, help us out by beating the New York Mets. The Reds are a game and a half out of the wild card now. Let's go! If you were just checking my show out for the first time, welcome. We are so glad you're here. Please be sure to follow us along here on YouTube so you can get my show after each and every Cincinnati Reds game and get Jeff Carr and Stephen Alvin-Baker Monday through Friday on Locked On Reds. Today's episode is brought to you by our friends over at FanDuel. Football season is around the corner. Visit the FanDuel app today and start planning your future bets now. On today's show, let's talk about it. Slugfest 2K25. Does anyone remember the game Slugfest? How awesome of a video game that was? Well, that happened today at PNC Park in this game, as there was 22 combined runs between the teams. We're going to chat about it. I don't know. You guys feel some dancing? You guys feel like you're having a good time? Because it's a Marte Partey here today at the POSTCAST. We're going to discuss him and Miguel Andujar. Say, have we solved the Austin Hayes problem? Is Miguel Andujar the guy to protect Elly De La Cruz? Is it Noelvi Marte? We've got options here. And of course, my everydayers, I'm going to hear from you guys. I am so thrilled for this game. I'm so pumped for this game. Let's get to it, shall we?
This is what you'll be talking about.
Man, that game, even though the Reds never lost the lead, they did have a tie at one point. That game was scary, wasn't it? I mean, I'm a little disheartened by the fact they didn't go 5-2 on this road trip. They couldn't get that second game in the series, but the way this series ended, I will absolutely take. Just crazy day. And I thought Zach Liddell looked really good the first 3 innings. Well, in the 4th inning, started seeing I don't know. I was honestly kind of shocked he went out for the 5th. And then that, couldn't get to the 5th. And I'm not mad at him. He was really good in that Cubs game. But then we get then it kind of goes from there. And then the bullpen decides to make things interesting. So shall we call it interesting? I think we should call it interesting. So Scott Barlow comes out and he gets an out. Does give up 2 hits. Sam Moll comes in. Sam Moll's probably the highlight of the game pitching wise. Going and getting in a 3rd, getting 2 strikeouts. Luis May is probably on his way back down to Louisville after this game because control is gone. There's no such thing as control with him right now. And then Graham Ashcraft was so-so. Thought he looked pretty good cleaning up the, it looked like he was almost pissed that he had to come in for Luis May. He was like, you guys brought him in before me? Are you serious? I'll clean it up. And he did just that. And then, of course, has a little bit of a rough 8th inning. And then Brent Suter comes out, and Brent Suter's energy levels are just, I don't know how he does it. I know he's just got nonstop energy. And I just need to know where he gets it from and if he can spend it my way. Because I have a 2.5-year-old I got to chase around. So I just need to be on Suter levels. Can we call it that? Suter Cincy shirts. I know you guys made a shirt for Jeff the other day for his comment about keep Ryan Hayes. Can you make a Suter energy level shirt? I'll send it to Billy. We'll get it. Billy will take care of it for us. So that's the pitching side of things where it was a little wonky. And then on the hitting side of things, today the Reds had 14 runs and 14 hits. Going into this game, the teams combined for 14 runs total the first 3 games of the series. The Reds matched that in one day. And, of course, the Pirates put 8 up. 30 total hits to the 2 teams. I don't even think they were close to 18 between the two teams. I could be wrong. Actually, no, they might be because the Reds had 9 hits in the game. They got shut out against Skeens. But man, just put it together. I mean, TJ Friedel has a hit and a run. Has a hit and an RBI and 2 walks. Gavin Lux had a walk. Ellie has 2 hits and a walk. Miguel Andujar, who we're going to talk about later in the day, 2 hits, 3 runs, 3 RBIs, and a tank. Noelvi Marte, who of course is going to be the big conversation of the show today, huge as well. Spencer Steer. Okay, here's what I decided about Spencer Steer, guys, and I'm curious your guys' thoughts. So in the chat, in the comments, my everydayers, tell me what you think about this. Are we at this point with Spencer Steer, where anytime he gets a hit, it's always something massive? It's like if it's like no outs, no runners on, he's going to get out, right? But it's like if it's like runners on second and third, and we need runs really bad, he's like, I got you. I feel like that's Spencer Steer. He may not have the best statistic numbers. 702 OPS isn't awful. It's not where it needs to be for this team right now by any means. But just seems to always have I guess we'll call it the clutch. Is the clutch gene fair to say? I hate that term so much. I hate when people say things about clutch and like how like this guy's not clutch and this guy's not clutch at all. Spencer Steer seems to be like pretty darn clutch. Seems to always come through in those moments. Always is exaggerating considering baseball, the best players get out 7 of 10 times, but seems like he just lives for that. And today, that huge homer there in the 8th inning, big day all around, 3 for 5 today with 4 RBI, 2 runs scored, and has been really, really good defensively. If you look at across the team at outs above average, they have 2 positions, right? 2 guys playing every day that are positives between Spencer Steer and Brian Hayes. So you have that part. Defense today. We all think Matt McLain's pretty sure-handed. He's a guy who can do a lot of really good things. Made the game awfully interesting there in the 8th, didn't he? With that throw. I can't be too mad because Matt McLain, 9 times out of 10 is pretty darn good at second base. But finding a way to overthrow Ellie De La Cruz is kind of impressive in a bad way. But even Matt McLain today had an RBI, so, and only had 2 plate appearances. So just a funky game, a game where they really wanted to just like do everything they possibly could to make this game interesting. I'm still recovering. My chest was like beating really hard through that game. It was way too close for comfort most of the time until they blew that game up in the 9th. But yeah, crazy. I always love when Will comes in because Will drops really good stats in here. Will Williams, he says most runs given up in Pittsburgh since May of 2021, and they still managed to win. So that's pretty impressive. Branch says it here. Steer is drama. He is, man. He is pure cinema, isn't he? Dave's my guy as well. Steer's going to redefine clutch. Dave, if you and Branch Brown aren't friends, you guys should be friends because you guys have very similar backgrounds and are just awesome dudes. So I love it. Brandon Kamek's here. He's a pitcher, not a thrower. I like that one. That's the latest annoying baseballism. You guys are feeling the vibes today. Ron's in the house. I know Ron has some comments. I didn't get a chance to say hey to Ron yet, but Ron, good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. I love days like this. We're like, yeah, the road trip overall is disappointing. But the fact that they pulled this one out and like Lonnie says here, it's a game where they needed something from everybody, is pretty awesome. And before I go out and end this segment, Joshua has the comment of the episode so far from our everydayers. He says, the homer works. Sorry, Barry. A lot of rally killers today for the Reds today, huh? Lots of rally killers. Okay, actually, my last thing, because I'm running over on seg 1, but I'm just having so much fun today. Can we just talk about the fact that Jose Trevino had an infield single in this game? My man was busting it down the line. He was like, I am getting there. And he found a way. He has 1 hit in the whole game, and it's an infield single. So kudos to him for that, for the hustle for sure. And guys, today's a great day for the Reds. It's a great day to be a Reds fan. Today belongs to Noelvi Marte. It was a Marte partay. Let's talk about it more right after this. August 26th is officially FanDuel Futures Day, a brand new holiday for football fans who live for bold predictions and preseason hunches. For just 24 hours, FanDuel is giving you deals on NFL season predictions. So whether you're calling your MVP, eyeing a long shot division winner, or ready to crown your Super Bowl champ before week 1 even kicks off, this is your moment. So take a flyer on the MVP race, like Joe Burrow. Hey, all the training camp reports I'm reading is things look pretty good over there. Crown your champions in August. I feel pretty good about the Detroit Lions winning the Super Bowl this year, but second to the Bengals, of course. Or parlay your division winner dark horses. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Anyone feeling it? I'm feeling it. Visit the FanDuel app today and start planning your future bets now, because Futures Day is one day and one day only. FanDuel, play your game. Where did my game day ad go? Man, they put too many ads on here for us. All right. Well, this is awkward. All right, we'll go with this real quick. Let me take this banner off. I'm going to have to edit this later. Today's episode is also brought to you by Game Day Hue, and so is this hat I'm wearing. For Reds fans like me, this one hits the mark. Game Day Hue makes a clean, no-logo gear with team-inspired colorways for every pro and college fan base. It's all about letting your colors speak for you. No giant logos, just smart, versatile style that works on game day, on the course, or anywhere in between. I love rocking it on the course with subtle stylish, and I can still rep my team. I just wore this actually yesterday. Iris and I went out and we did some errands, and we ran around a few different places, and I put this hat on. It's extremely comfortable. It's really hot yesterday. It's very breathable and really a nice hat to have as well. And it's not just hats. Check out their split shade gloves made for the golf course, or the perfect gift for the fan who has everything. Right now, you can get 15% off with code MLB15 at GameDayHue.com. That's GameDayHue.com. The code even stacks on bundle deals, so now's the time to load up. Let your colors talk, because colors speak louder than words. That's GameDayHue.com, code MLB15. Ooh, that was a pretty rough ad read there, guys, so I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. And shout out to my everydayers hanging out with us here on the Postcast as we discuss a big Cincinnati Reds 14-8 win over the Pittsburgh Pirates, clinching a series split and a winning road trip. If you're just checking me out for the first time, thank you so much for spending some time with me. Please be sure to hit that notification button here on YouTube, so you can not only get my show after each and every game, but you can get Jeff Cart and Stephen Offenbaker Monday through Friday on Locked On Reds. If you can't follow us along here on YouTube, please be sure to follow us on your podcast app of choice. We're on all of them. And after you spend time with us, go to Locked On MLB Daily. Check out our boy Sully, giving you all the daily updates and all things baseball. Let's talk about the turning point in today's game.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
I feel like this game maybe had 75 turning points. It was just one of those days. But I'm going to take it to the obvious, and I'm going to go Spencer Steer's home run the top of the 8th to make it 9-5. Obviously, things got a little bit more interesting from there. A few more runs were scored. But that was the one where really helped us out as well. Ned Flanders in the hat says Marte on fire. Williams says it. Brewers swept the Mets to help the Reds out. Game and a half out now. Anything's possible. And I'm just going to say this real quick. I'm going to follow up on what Johnny G is saying here. So 4 runs in 3 games and then 14 today. This is why I don't like the save some runs for tomorrow thing, because their offense is so feast or famine. But so when they have days like today, I'm just going to take it, because they probably won't have another day like this until September, until they go to Sacramento and play in that ballpark. But I digress. Noelvi Marte yesterday had 3 doubles, and you thought, man, he seems pretty locked in. He followed today up with that 3 for 5, 4 runs batted in, 3 runs scored, a homer, another double. Bro, Noelvi Marte is on one right now. I feel like everyone discounted him because obviously he starts the year in AAA, and obviously everyone looks at last year and all the off the field stuff, and that was obviously unfortunate, but he's been fantastic. And I'm normally making fun of the Reds for this whole moving the infielder to the outfielder to try to put a Band-Aid on an issue. And I know he had that really awful play yesterday. I still feel like he's going to be a pretty darn good outfielder. He's such a good athlete. He's got such a strong arm. He has good speed. I feel like that's going to click for him at some point. And I just feel like it's going to be something that he really rolls with. And hitting wise, it hasn't affected him really at all. He's had some bad games here and there. He doesn't walk a lot. He's certainly not going up there to walk. He's going up there to swing. So to put in context, his last 15 games, he has not had a single walk. He also is hitting 296 in that time and slugging 519. So you know what? That's okay. Brandon says, so you're saying we won the Castillo trade? I'm saying it looks better and better by the day for the Reds. So I'm really happy to see what they're getting from Noelvi Marte. He's been so good this year. And obviously his rookie year, there were reasons why going into, 23, there were reasons why going to 24, a lot of us were discussing the possibility that he was going to be the National League Rookie of the Year before the suspension and everything. We're seeing that now. We're seeing what we thought we were going to get last year. And I feel like he just pressed a lot when he came back last season. So I'm really happy he's put this behind him. And so we see this here. Is Austin Hayes injured? I don't know if he's injured or just not very good. And I hate to say that. Because between Marte and now Miguel Andujar, I don't feel like we need to really bat Austin Hayes behind Ellie anymore. And you saw it today. The way like Andujar and Marte being behind him really led to him getting better pitches and having a better day at the plate because no one's afraid of Austin Hayes. He's just not bringing this team anything at this point. I mean, he's just been atrociously bad for a while. He had that really hot start his first 30 games and then just hasn't found it since then. So last 30, 24 for 109. That's a 220 batting average, 306 on base, 321 slugging. Yeah, I don't think that he's going to be back here next year. And you know what? Maybe that's okay. And I feel like now we have some different options as well. Jason says here, bat him 6 or 7. I'm honestly fine batting him behind Ke'Bryan Hayes at this point. At least Ke'Bryan Hayes makes contact, which, by the way, he got on base twice today. I was so excited. You guys know, big fan of Ke'Bryan Hayes now. Oh my gosh. I'm just running us way off track here, guys. Let's get to our locked on player of the game.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
I'm going to give it to Noelvi Marte because he certainly deserved it for what he'd put. And I think this weekend he made a case for National League Player of the Week. I just don't know if it's going to be too late for him to get there. But yeah, Noelvi Marte, I salute for how awesome you were today. And I want to talk about Miguel Andujar because I feel like he solved some issues the Reds have really had. You guys remember we had to watch Connor Joe play like 70 games for the Reds this year, and then they got Miguel Andujar? That's a pretty nice upgrade. And I know that there was a lot of like, why, he doesn't really do a whole lot. Dude's got a 796 OPS now. Since becoming a Red, is 6 for 15 with a homer, 3 RBI, 3 walks. He's not going to have an OPS of 1.1 for a long time. But I feel like now the Reds lineup is more dangerous. And he was brought in for the sake of hitting lefties. He hit righties today really well. I mean, that home run was crazy. I've seen some long homers in Pittsburgh, and Steer obviously had one later in the game as well. I've really liked what they've gotten from him. I would genuinely be open to the discussion of him potentially coming back next season. If the Reds could. If there's a conversation to have. If it means replacing Austin Hayes, then even more, I'm all for the conversation of him coming back next season. Because he's given them really good at-bats. He can play first base. I don't think he was all that bad in first base, playing first base or in the Pittsburgh series a couple days ago. But I feel like he just gives them a little bit more thump behind Ellie. And Lord knows this team needs as much thump as they can possibly get from what they're getting right now. So, if you have Andujar and Marte doing what they're doing, just really, really awesome days for them as well. But hey, the Reds are winners today. 14-8 over the Pittsburgh Pirates. And this is going to be one of the crazier box scores I've read this season. The Reds have 14 runs on 14 hits and an error. The Pirates have 8 runs on 16 hits, no errors. Scott Barlow is your winning pitcher. He is now 6-0. Your losing pitcher is Johan Ramirez. He is now 1-1 on the year. And now the Reds finally come back home to start a series with the Philadelphia Phillies. tomorrow at 6:10 p.m. Eastern. Andrew Abbott takes the hill for the Redlegs. He is 8-2 with a 234. He'll be going against Taiwan Walker, who is 4-5 with a 353. Those of you who are going to the Snoop Dogg concert after the game tomorrow, have a great time. Be safe. I will be here with the show up and ready for you when you come home. Otherwise, those of you who are going to hang out with me, I look forward to tomorrow. Going to be a lot of fun. The series looks like it could be pretty good for the Reds. I like their pitching matchups in each of them, except for Ranger Suarez on Tuesday. Hunter Green coming back Wednesday is going to be nice. Big one. So everyone, thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Have a nice, beautiful drink that you can just give us a nice breather after a day like today. Go Redlegs. I'll see you tomorrow night.